Hello, welcome back to my channel, or hi if you're new here. My name is Melanie and amongst other things I am a business owner and a massive bookworm or book dragon. So today's video I'm just going to get straight into it because I have a lot to get through. I have not counted how many books I have got, but it must be near to potentially 100. It'll be on the title how many I've got. So I am not going to go through the synopsises of each book because I'll be here forever, but I will briefly say why I have bought the book. And these books were not bought all at once, although there were a couple of occasions like when I went to Waterstones that I did buy quite a lot. But these were over the course of, I think it was probably end of October, November, December last year, and then going forward I am going to be doing like a monthly book haul. So already these books here are all from January, so that will be coming end of January time. So I'm so excited to be here, to be back talking to you all. I love doing these kind of videos. When I used to make videos back in the day, this was the kind of sit down video that I love to do, and I'm even more excited because it's talking about things that I love, which is books. Now, just to give you a bit of context, if you've not watched any of my other videos, because I make vlogs as well, I, growing up, used to be a real Matilda. I would go to the library. I get moved up from the children's library into the adults library, probably before I was meant to. I would take out my quota of books for the week or however long it was you got, and I just loved it. And then I went to uni and I fell out of love of reading because you had to do so much reading and writing while you were there. And last year, it was around about June 2023, my counsellor said, Melanie, I want you to put down the self-development books and I want you to just read fiction. So I got I'm pretty sure it was the ACOTAR books, and that was me. I am now fully back in the world of reading. So let's get started. I have split them into categories, so it's going to be things like the Waterstones, like I mentioned. I bought books online. I've got gifts, books that were gifts. I've also got, if I got from like Vinted, eBay, that kind of thing. So let's get into it. We will start with, and I've had to move them from from my table behind me onto the floor, so I'll probably have to keep getting up and down to bring these over. So let's actually start with, because this bag is here, Waterstones. So this bag says books are my bag, and the first book was actually a present from my good friend Sam, who went to Waterstones with me. So this is The Space Between Us. I have no idea what it's about, but I'm looking forward to reading it. The Priory of the Orange Tree. Not gonna lie, I bought this because I saw the dragon on the front. As you will see, dragons are a reoccurring theme because I'm very much in my dragon era at the minute. Anything to do with dragons, like Fourth Wing has sent me on a dragon pathway. So much so that I recently got a dragon tattooed on me. So that's that. Another dragon. I mean, it's a bookmark for a child, but I mean, come on. This is so exciting because I keep forgetting like what I've bought and what I've got, and I've also got a new bookcase over here that I need to fill up, and I'm sure I'll fill up in no time. So Legends and Lattes, I can't remember if this one comes first or if it's Bookshops and Bone Dust, which I've also got over here. I wanted it because I know I said I wouldn't go into synopsis, but it's about a orc, as in from Lord of the Rings, who randomly sets up her own bookshop. No, coffee shop. Coffee shop. Viv the Orc. How good does that sound? Then Once Upon a Broken Heart. I don't know, my genre is very much fantasy. Romantasy, fantasy, teeny tiny little bit sci-fi I like to dip my toe into a little bit. But basically I wanted this because I've seen it all over social media. This one I am so excited to read. Again, another one that's all over social media, but I love the idea of, I didn't realise how much of a kind of fantasy aspect that there is in it. It sounds like a really unique story. So I'm really looking forward to get stuck in. I hope it lives up to my expectations. This one, not gonna lie, partly bought because look at this beautiful, beautiful cover. But again, I also saw this on, this is about Persephone. So I think this might be like a retailing. I love it. Oh, Hades, that's what it's about. But look at that. I love a retelling, as you'll soon find out. This one, how beautiful is this? You'll also find out that I very much judge books by their covers. And I am very much into hardbacks in a big way, largely because you can get them in such a beautiful fashion. And look at that. Again, another one that I don't really know what's involved or what the story is, but I mean, the quote in the back says an instant classic, one to place her alongside Lewis Carroll, J.R.R. Tolkien and C.S. Lewis. I mean, come on. That must be good. And then last but not least, from Waterstones, Wish Wicked, which apparently is like a retelling of the fairy godmother from Cinderella, which I thought was really interesting. I love that kind of thing. So that's one down. That's online. Oh no, we'll do this one first quickly. So I have signed up to Illumicrate and I think I did an unboxing on here. But basically the book we got is The Principle of Moments. So I'll get to that at some point. Then let's do my online order. So this is the only box of non-fiction that I've got, and it was from, see, why do they send you a thing that doesn't tell you, it's just got like their business name on it, doesn't have, I think it's like Book People or something. Anyway, quick fire run through. 10 times happier. Rich Dad Poor Dad. You are a badass every day. Did I order this? I am sure I saw this in the works and decided I didn't want it. I must have got it for quite cheap. Secrets of the Millionaire Mind. I did get all of these, they weren't expensive at all, because I remember that's why I was gleefully adding them all to my basket. How the Pill Changes Everything. So, quick, again, if you haven't seen my other videos, I, as well as owning a skincare company, I am also a personal trainer and a health coach. So I love keeping up to date with this kind of thing. Again, period power. And, oh, I forgot I got this. I love Wayne Dyer, like, love him. So, sadly he's no longer with us, but I love watching YouTube videos about his talks and things he used to do, and I've wanted this for a long time. On to presents. So, Empire of Storms. Gary that I work with at the gym bought me this. I think it might have been the only one that was in the bookshop because this is like, what, the 4th book in Throne of Glass, so I don't know. He saw that I was reading Throne of Glass and then God love him, he must have just went in and asked for whatever book they had. That. And then these two were Christmas presents. So I was in the works and I mistakenly picked up, I think it was the 2nd and 3rd books in this series. So this is the first one and it's got a really different cover. I'll show you again. Look how beautiful this is. So again, it's a retelling. So this was a Fairy Loot edition, but it's the Forest Grimm. So I don't actually know if it's about, oh look how beautiful, Red Riding Hood. And then end pages. End pages get me every single time. Sprayed edges are just the one. I mean, come on. End pages, sprayed edges, and the, if they have like, oh, it does. Oh my goodness. It's got an alternative dust jacket. So look at the foiling, and then, although it's a bit, oh, it's a bit crumpled. But this is the alternative dust jacket. Although I think I prefer the green one. I just love the thought of buying books like this and having them and then passing them down. Like, how I would love to receive books like this, like from like my grandparents or whatever. Anyway, on to local bookshops. So there is a bookshop local to me. My cat's attacking my foot. So local to me is in Stewarton as a bookshop called the Book Nook, and I can't remember, I'd been meaning to go in there one day and then I did, and then since then I have bought several books. So first one in the pile is the Bookshops and Bone Dust. So alright, so this is, it says in the back, this is the prequel with the end pages. That's Viv the Orc. So I got that. I got V.E. Schwab, The Fragile Threads of Power. I've also got the other books in this series. I think this is like the latest one. Again, know nothing about it, but I just heard on the grapevine. And I follow V.E. Schwab on Instagram, and I like every start, every song. This is just a paperback. But anything to do with space, I'm obsessed with space and stars, the universe. So, Neverwhere. Oh, well, there's like a few different ones in this. I've got so many books. Like, I'm going to have to do, one of my intentions is to do 24 books to read in 2024. I am not going to force myself to read a certain amount of books in the year, but I reckon starting I could easily do 24. Another V.E. Schwab book. They actually ordered this one in for me because it's a special edition of The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue. Again, I don't know anything about it, but it's just, it came highly recommended by the ladies that work in the shop, so I'm looking forward to that. Another dragon. I just love, like, books make me so happy. As I'm going along, by the way, if you have read any of these books, or there's any you think that I need to read immediately after the Throne of Glass series, well, I want to read the Crescent City books. But if there's any you think that as a kind of top 5 must read next, let me know. I need to go and get more books down from my pile. I'm back. There's going to be a fair amount of outtakes in this. Right, now we are on to the Works and W. Smith's, and randomly an Amazon one. I haven't really been buying off Amazon, but this book, which I actually found out about through Bookstagram and this author. So she's an indie author, and Amazon was the only place you could order through. So this is Air of Broken Fate. Anything to do with like fae, fantasy, that kind of thing. Ideally with quite a lot of spice in it. I don't know what the spice rating of this one is, but I just thought the cover was beautiful as well. So as I say, judging books by covers. So that was an Amazon find via Instagram. You should see this pile next to me, by the way. Right, W. Smith's. I wouldn't normally shop in W. Smith's, but one day I was in there and they must have updated, I think it was their young adult section. And again, get totally distracted by covers and whatnot. So we have got Lore. As you can see, it is a Medusa reimagining, retelling, something like that. Ink. It just says the truth will go under your skin, but again, look how beautiful this is. Then we have got Gilded. So I think this is the one that's part of the... This is a Rumpelstiltskin reimagining. Oh my goodness, can't wait. Then 2 books. What one's first? This one's been like recommended by Sarah J. Maas. My goodness me. So I think this is the first one. So Twin Crowns. And then Cursed Crowns. Then on to the Works. So I think the Works is incredible for the value that you can get. They don't tend to do like hardbacks or like special editions or anything like that. But for something, a book that you can just kind of like chuck in your bag, annotate, do what you want with, they are brilliant. So first one is Babel, and this, I think this sort of pulled me in because it says for Philip Pullman fans, and I love the Philip Pullman books, so had to have that. Her Majesty's Royal Coven. So Sam that bought me, that I went to Waterstones with, like, she highly recommended this. Powerless, because again I was influenced by social media. Talking of social media, if there are any, like, not so much TikTok, because I'm not on TikTok as much, but if there's any like Instagram accounts, YouTubers, like booktubers that you think I should be following, then please let me know. Then we have got Holly Black's The Folk of the Air trilogy. I'm trying not to, my toxic trait is like I'll see series like this which I'll buy, and then I'll see like the individual books that come after and I buy the individual books before really knowing if I like the series or not, so I'm trying not to do that, but I just like the idea of them all being together like a little family. This one I haven't really heard many people talking about, but this is the, I think it's the Realms Make Monsters series. So we've got Into the Crooked Place, City of Spells, To Kill a Kingdom and Princess of Souls, and it says on the back, perfect for fans of Sarah J Maas, so hello, fan of Sarah J Maas here. Then we're nearly at the end, well not at the end, we're at the end of this. So we've got The Ruthless Lady's Guide to Wizardry, the Harper L. Woods. This is the second book in the Of Flesh and Bone series. Oh my goodness, my books are falling off. This is the second one after this one. I'm running out of battery. We're back in the room. Nearly done with the works. Realmbreaker, The Lost Bookshop, and this is what I mean about buying series of books and then buying additional ones. So this is the Emily McIntyre and Never After novels. So we've got Hooked, Scarred, Wretched, Twisted and Crossed. So basically Hooked is like a reimagining of like your villains. So Hooked is about like obviously like Captain Hook and Peter Pan. So that is the works done. Now we're on to eBay and Vinted. I can't remember, I think I've roughly separated out what's eBay and what's Vinted, but we might not be precisely there. Oh my goodness. V.E. Schwab books. So we have got A Darker Shade of Magic, A Gathering of Shadows, and A Conjuring of Light. Then this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful edition of House of Sky and Breath, which is Crescent City Novels 2. And I do actually have this already over here, but very heartbreakingly, when I was opening up the box using my little cutter thing, I tore the front cover. And I know a lot of people will be like, why does it matter, like, as long as the book inside's fine? It matters to me. So, so this is going to be my display one, and the other one is going to be my rough and tumble one that I can just annotate, do whatever with. Or Sam was like, give it to charity. Don't deal with that, just give it to charity. Then, cause dragons, we have got the Christopher Pauline set, the Headington Cycle. So the 4, and then I need to get Murta, I think it's called, the most recent one that's came out. I'm running out of space here. I have got, I'm very confused about this because it says at the top James Patterson presents, but then the author is Kerry Manisalco. It is the Kingdom of the series. So we've got Kingdom of the Wicked, Kingdom of the Feared, Kingdom of the Cursed. And 2 of them I got because, look at the sprayed edges. I'm kind of a bit worried because one of my favourite booktubers I was watching recently, like, she said she really struggled to get through these and she didn't actually finish. I can't remember what one it was, so I'm like, Then a random sci-fi. As I say, I'm not really a big sci-fi one, but this kind of piqued my interest, and then I knew I had to have it because when I looked on, or when it was delivered actually, so I got this one Vinted for like a few pounds. It's signed by the author, and bearing in mind my name is Melanie, look who it's signed to. So, and it came with a little bookmark. Then 2 of the most beautiful books I have ever seen in my actual life. I am a big fan of Lani Taylor. The Daughter of Smoke and Bone, I've actually just ordered. It's going to be in my January haul, but I've just ordered another version of those books. Some of my favourite books ever. So, but I hadn't read Strange the Dreamer and Muse of Nightmares, so I'm very much looking forward to getting stuck into these, and I had to just get these editions because too beautiful. Likewise, I have no idea what this book is about, but I had to get it because look at this. So this is Song of Silver Flame Like Night. Again, stunning. I'm yet to decide when I display on my bookcase like whether I want to have the end pages out, but I'll figure that out when I get round to doing it. Two other books which again I just bought purely on aesthetics is the Stardust Thief and Jadefire Gold. These are the kind of books which won't be very high up my TBR list, like I'll get to them when I get to them. The Shadow Cabinet, which is the follow-up to Her Majesty's Royal Coven. Cassandra Clare, the Shadow Hunters series. I also want, what's the other, there's another series by her that's like 3 of them. Because again, my favourite booktuber keeps going on about the Clockwork Princess. So, this is kind of bordering slightly on, like, away from my usual like fantasy genre. But occasionally I like to dip my toe into, what would this be called? Like I like the likes of like the Hunger Games and stuff. So dystopian, that kind of idea. Oh, we're nearly done. Then we have got Frigid Chimera. So A Vow So Bold and Deadly, A Heart So Fierce and Broken, and A Curse So Dark and Lonely. So again, I think these are retellings. As I'm such a sucker for a retelling, when I saw that I thought I might as well get the other one. Again, reviewed by Sarah J Maas on the front cover. We have got, and I can't remember what one is first, so, oh, the Blood and Honey. Have I got the wrong one? No, it's not that I've got the wrong one, but am I missing out like the first one? Brilliant debuts. This is the first one. So Serpent and Dove is the first one. Then, is this the second one? Oh my god, I'm going to have to Google these. Nearly then. Again, the last two are books that I have bought on aesthetics. So, and one that I do not know anything about. So we've got A Sorcery of Thorns and Star Daughter, which is beautiful. So it's all gold. A luscious, shimmering fantasy so dripping with beauty and imagination you'll want to eat it with a spoon. Oh, Lani Taylor reviewed it. Oh my goodness. You know when it's reviewed or like there's like a little quote by your favourite authors on it that it's going to be good. I wish I could take this as like my thumbnail. I might do actually. But thank you so much for watching. If you like this, please leave a thumbs up and make sure if you're not subscribed already that you hit subscribe, and if you want to go the extra mile, hit the little bell to be notified when I upload. I will see you very soon, and thanks again. This will be a bit I need to cut out. I don't know why I'm having a brain fog moment. I also should have said, make sure you've got a beverage while you're watching this. I mean, already we're on 10 minutes. Oh god, my knees. This, I don't know how I'm going to carry on sitting on the floor.